Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for coming. My name is Richard Onishi. I'm a representative from the 3rd District on Hawaii Island. I'm also the chair of the House Tourism Committee, Tourism and International Affairs Committee. Today we have an announcement in regards to the continued effort to help Hawaii Island in its economic recovery from after the eruptions. And last week there was an announcement that the legislature had appropriated and provided $60 million for infrastructure support for Hawaii Island. This particular endeavor, which is through the support of the Hawaii Tourism Authority and their administration and their board, is going to be providing an additional $2.5 million to the efforts of marketing and rebranding Hawaii Island to help with the economic recovery. And as many of you know, the recovery from the eruption has been slow at best. So this is a second phase that HTA is implementing to help Hawaii Island. And I wanted to introduce some of the key people that are here. First of all, Chris Tatum, who's the CEO and president for the Hawaii Tourism Authority. Ross Birch, who is the president of the Island of Hawaii Visitors Bureau. We have also up here the Hawaii Island senators and representatives. We also have John Monahan, who's the CEO and the president for the Hawaii Hawaii Convention, Visitors and Convention Bureau. Right. And
councilperson.
I'm sorry?
Councilperson.
Oh, yeah, and councilperson, Councilwoman Sue Liloy from the 3rd District on Hawaii Island. So at this time, I'd like to turn it over to Chris Tatum to present to you the plan that HTA has approved. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Chair. And thanks for coming today. We're very excited to moving forward and doing what we can to drive business into Hawaii Island. For Hawaii Tourism Authority, we're really working on how we manage tourism throughout the state. There's a lot of things, a lot of focus on the experience and the environment. However, on Hawaii Island, we need to focus also on driving business. We've had some challenges over the last year, and we're excited about our plans moving forward. What we've done is there's never been a better time to visit Hawaii Island. So we're working with HVCB and HTJ, our two biggest contractors, and really focusing in not only on Kilauea, the volcano, but really the incredible experience that happens on Hawaii Island for all of our visitors. The culture, the beaches, world-class golf, great resorts, and the natural beauty. But let me throw in on the managing piece, we want to make sure that whatever we promote, that we engage the community, make sure we're promoting what they want us to promote. So we're working with Ross and his team on our plans and campaigns. We think it's very important for a number of reasons. We want to drive business into Hawaii Island. We got to keep people working, but we also got to keep those planes flying that fly direct from Japan and the U.S. And as long as we can keep those load factors up, they'll keep flying. So we're excited about the plans that HVCB and HTJ have. We're also adding a little on the road travel and trade effort. We're actually going to have a bus tour on the west coast of the U.S. And Ross and his team from Hawaii Island will be focused on that. He'll share a little bit about that. We want to get to the customer. We want to share with the people in the U.S. and Japan the great things that Hawaii Island has. So we're excited moving forward. We think it's a good investment for us. The $2.5 million we think will go a long way in bringing us back, but it's not going to be easy. It's not going to happen overnight, but we're going to keep focused on it. And I want to thank Chair Onishi and the rest of the legislature who allocates the money to us to manage it for the state. So thank you, Chair, and thank you all for your support. And I'll turn over to Ross.
Thanks, Chris. And that's mainly what I'll be doing is thanking a multitude of individuals. I have to thank Representative Onishi for bringing the group together today, for all the support that all of our island representatives, senators, council people, and everyone have given the tourism industry for our island, and all the support, making sure that our messaging is out there and is broadcast as much as possible. I have to thank HVCB, John Monahan, the team there, as well as Eric Takahata and HTJ for all their support and really putting the larger end, top level programs together to make sure that our island is focused and has the forefront when it comes to this. This is the second round of funding, which is really great for us. The first round was really message mitigation, and it was really trying to keep us from dipping deeper into a hole than where we could have been at a certain point. This is kind of more of the defibrillator, where we're going to actually jumpstart and kind of get things rolling again, create the messaging, give an opportunity for our island to kind of showcase and really rebrand itself to the point where we can get the eyes on our island and get that visitation and filling those seats that we've accomplished to increase over the last few years. 2017 was a phenomenal year for the island. We had a record-breaking year of 1.77 million visitors. 2018 was definitely a roller coaster. We had the highest highs in the first 6 months of the year and the lowest lows in the second 6 months. We're really looking at the success of this program and all the programs we put together going into 19, looking at versus the 17 year. If we can stay steadily ahead of 17 on the full annual basis, we'll be pacing at a good pace, and it'll show that what we've done and what we put into the market is really resonating. So again, with thank you all the different participants here today. We really appreciate and HTA is really stepping forward with funding specifically for our island to get us back on track. And we definitely have the room, and it is the best time ever to come to the island. Wow.
So we'll entertain questions if you have any.
Ross, when you say lowest of lows, can you give examples? What did you see on the island?
More from the tourism standpoint, going into the fall, into the winter of 2018, we were steadily seeing, especially from the Japan market, that was the volatile market we saw. We had some really great numbers in the first half of the year from the Japan market with new flights coming directly to the island. And then as we kind of hit the September, October, November time period, we saw 30 to almost 40% decreases year over year for that same time period versus when those flights started. So that's kind of the lowest point we hit right there.
Chris, can you offer more details on this bus tour that you mentioned? What is that about?
Sure, it was our idea, and Ross has to execute it. So, so the plan is to get out to the customer. So we're going to take a tour bus, wrap it in scenery from Hawaii, start in San Diego. The sales team from the market will be on that bus, and they'll be stopping at all the major travel agents, visiting the different TV stations, and getting the message out on what a great place Hawaii Island is to visit. So they'll work all the way up to Seattle. It'll be probably about a month to do it. But again, there's nothing better than actually going out and seeing the customer.
Just to add to that, the main thing that we're utilizing with this additional funding is incorporating our partnership, incorporating all of the tourism and visitor industry partners on the island to engage with this funding that's being provided and making sure that it's their message and it's their people who are going to be on the road with us during this time.
And when you say rebranding, I mean, obviously, you know, you highlight all the things that have been on Hawaii Island for so long, but I mean, do you throw in anything new? I mean, is there something new that would appeal to new audiences out there or anything like that?
Well, let me, first thing I would say is, I'd probably, rather than rebranding, I'd say enhanced branding. You know, the volcano in Kilauea has been a major part of Hawaii Island. And all of our numbers show that that's a big reason why people go there. But there's so much more to it. And I think the idea, we've taken advantage of that over the years, but we've got to step back and make sure that from a sustainable tourism standpoint, we're sharing everything that Hawaii has to offer.
For many years, we've been able to take the positive side of the accessibility to Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, to a accessible lava flow to having the ability to use that as our number one destination and attraction. We now have to kind of retell that story. What is the volcano today? How can it still be part of the overall experience, and how can we incorporate that in the branding for what we present to go out there?
Is part of this education as well? I mean, I know that there are certain people out there who may not be familiar with what's happening, and now that the volcano is not, necessarily erupting. Is some of this trying to educate people that it is safe to be back there, and that the threats that happened last year are no longer really something that will impact visitors?
Yeah, absolutely. Just on Monday, I did an interview with a national TV station from Japan, and that was the message they truly wanted to hear, was the safety, how everything here, and basically it's how it's all in a new state, and that message hasn't quite gotten out there yet, and that's what we're working through the rebranding side on.
And some of the funding is actually used for new photography. For those of you who've been here there recently, the skies are clear. It's a great place to go, and we'll make sure that we share that with the rest of the world.